continue with the Adams and Adams Africa IP series, focusing on the top filing destinations in Africa and showcasing our people in those jurisdictions who form an integral part of the Adams and Adams Africa network. Today, we turn our attention to Nigeria, one of the largest economies in Africa, and undoubtedly one of the premier trademark and patent filing destinations in Africa. With me today to help guide us through the IP practice and opportunities in Nigeria is Uche Nwokocha from our associate office in Nigeria. Uche, welcome.
Thank you, Menzi.
Uche, to kick us off, do you mind sharing with us how long you've worked with Adams and Adams as our local partner in Nigeria and how that journey has been for you so far?
As you know, I'm a partner in the law firm of Alukono Egbede in Nigeria. Our firm signed an agreement with respect to IP matters with Adams and Adams. This was done about 11 years ago. Before then, we have been doing work on a loose basis, but this agreement was signed about 11 years ago. And it has been an awesome experience because I've learned so much from the IP professionals in Adams and Adams, the partners and all the associates. And we share best practices. I've learned so much from them. I often travel to SA once a year for a meeting for us to just sit around the table and kind of update on the work we are doing in Nigeria, and then you share with us how we are doing, and then we learn from each other.
Yes, no, definitely. It's been a process of learning from each other, as much as we've also learned from you about the practice in Nigeria. And if you look at Nigeria itself as being one of the big three economies in Africa, with Egypt and South Africa, is it fair to say that the amendment of the IP laws, as well as the progress that is being made with the full automation and digitization of the IP office, becomes an absolute imperative in the development of IP in Nigeria?
Yes, and I believe that our trademark offices will not be a 21st century IP office if it's not digitalized, and that has been an issue. WIPO have been in the forefront helping the Nigerian Trademark Office to digitalize its system. And it is not without problem because you have other infrastructure issues in Nigeria. But we can really say that it has been an effort in the right direction. And most of the applications, old applications, like you say, in the 60s, and adding that the registry has moved more than 3 times. First, it moved from Lagos, moved to the premises in Abuja, and moved yet again. So with all the movements, they lose files. So, and WIPO has been helping to recapture some of those. In some cases, excuse me, in some cases, they will ask the practitioners and IP agents to reconstruct the files. If the files cannot be found, then you would have to look in-house, whatever filing particulars you have within your system, then you can print them and resubmit with the registry. With that, you can reconstruct a new file for you. So, and that has been working. I think it's work in progress, and we continue to work on it.
Yes, no, it is work in progress. But for me, it's very encouraging that the move towards a fully online system is actually taking place. And from your own estimation, I know you don't work with the registry. Would you be able to say how the online process has been going and when we are likely to see the digitization process being completed?
Okay, there are 2 things. Already, Nigeria in 2012 started online registration, which is what we do, and the clients love it because you can file today You get your filing particulars today, get acknowledgement, and filing receipt, which is the main issue, because the registry will never do work without evidence of payment. So that is sorted out, even though it's not really fully operational, because even though you file the application online, they still do not publish online, so they still publish that manually. So to your question as to how long it will take, for all the records to be fully recaptured and digitalized, it's not something you really put a time. So we'll rather work with data than with putting a date, because all the dates that the registry are giving us in the past, they have not been able to meet the deadline. There are issues, there are challenges. So we'll just continue to work at it, and we need to be patient. Work is going on better than it did 10 years ago. So we just have to continue to improve.
Yes, no, I think that's the important part, that we have to continue with moving forward, with the hope that it will be completed sometime in the near future. And now turning to the IP legislation, the amendment of the IP legislation, would you be able to give us an update on where we are with that?
Well, it has passed the second reading, and all we can say is that I don't think because it's before the National Assembly currently,
right?
Perhaps they don't see it as priority, because that bill, it's over 15 years, and I think governments come and go, and but we're hoping that this time around it's going to be different, because the Minister of Trade and Investment, we've gone like we have the Anti-Counterfeiting Collaboration in Nigeria, which is a group of an association of brand owners together with law firms, and regulators also attend. And then we have the EPLAN, which is the foremost intellectual property law lawyers association. And then we have AIPP Nigerian chapter. So you have all of these. And then the INTA has also been in the forefront, because they have, in fact, traveled to Nigeria to meet with the legislators. So I think the heat is on, and hopefully it may be passed this year. We just have to keep our fingers crossed.
Yes, no, I think the heat is on, definitely. And I can see definite changes coming into effect very soon. And in terms of the final question that I want to know is, from the time of filing a trademark application up to the time of registration, what would you say is the time period that is involved?
I would say between 6 to 10 months, because the registry has been doing fantastic work. They've been publishing regularly, like every 2 months. I guess the issue we have now, clearing one hurdle and then starting another one. I mean, with hearing, having position applications, getting dates for hearing, because they are publishing, so there's more. And Nigeria is really important to businesses. So you find a lot of brand owners coming into Nigeria, even working with NAFDAC, because they want to sell their products in Nigeria. And NAFDAC has, as one of the requirements, trademark registration certificate or acceptance, whichever that applies. And with that, businesses are really trooping into Nigeria. So there are lots and lots of applications. And then, so at the registry, we just have to be patient. We can see work going on better than before.
Yes, no, I agree. I think the future looks bright for Nigeria. As one of the largest economies in Africa, I can only see that the future will definitely get brighter. And at this time, Uche, I'd like to thank you for your time in giving us this time and this insight into IP practice in Nigeria. And wish you all the best, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Uche.